Morning, guys. How y'all doing today? Just getting a drink of water, getting myself started today. Good morning. Happy Monday. Just getting up here doing some Monday motivation for today. Excited for this weekend that I had. It was really nice. Got a chance to chat with some people and get some stuff and get some things lined up. I haven't really been posting a lot of videos lately, but I've been making my content. I just haven't been posting it lately because I've been doing some new editings to it. So you'll be able to check out some of those features there. But anyway, this Monday's motivation, I was going to be talking about the power of change. I've been noticing like there's been this common theme. A lot of people been kind of like I've been talking to, and a lot of people I've gotten to know they're scared of change. And I mean, I'm not gonna be. I mean, I'll be completely honest with you, man. Growing up, I hated change. I really did. I didn't like change at all because I didn't like the situations of life switching. Not being in my control. I've come to realize one of the big reasons as to why I'm so passionate about like things and what is my overall arching why is because I'm so big about having control about things. I want to do the best I can to provide a new life for my family one day, being able to have good experiences and stuff like that. So I noticed that when things are kind of out of my control, it's a huge lesson of humility. I was like, okay, well, I can't control this, so it's fine. And then there's situations of things that I know I can't control, but I want to see someone else step up into leadership. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to back off because I don't want to be this person that's got to like control everything, being a control freak. That's not me, but I don't want to ever become like that. But it's funny that I was talking about today. I was listening to this morning. I was listening to one of my podcasts from Gary Vee. If you've never heard of Gary Vee, you should definitely check him out. I just started adding podcasts in the morning to a new thing I do, a part of my morning ritual. I actually have a list that I kind of followed now that I got from one of the guys I love listening to, Ty Lopez. He posted a video, he posted like a little photo on his Instagram, like 8 things you could do to start helping yourself change on a daily basis and grow. I'm like, dude, it's funny because I do like all of that except for like maybe 2 things. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm on track. So it was really cool seeing that what you're doing for change is starting to come out. But I know as I started growing up, I started embracing change a lot more. Started enjoying, just the whole entire process of becoming, who I'm meant to be, or whenever just taking the time to really discover my higher purpose and really getting a chance to know what is the things I want to strive for in life. So like in that cast, I was looking at that podcast I was checking out from Gary Vee. He was talking to his interns that work at Vanier Media. That's the company that he owns up here. I want to say up in New York. And he was just taking time just talking to some of the college students and just giving them the truth. And I mean, it was so funny because I mean, if you know anything about Gary Vee, he does not sugarcoat anything. With language or everything, he just has it. He just doesn't care. And that's one thing that's cool about him because I like that aspect about him because he just honestly just speaks his mind. It was kind of cool listening to his mindset. Like, wow, okay, I see a lot of my mindset and how I grew up, my raising, so that very similar. Minus the fact that he's from Soviet Russia. So I mean, there's a big difference there. But I mean, I was just I took a couple notes here about some of the things that he talked about. This is personally just stuck out to me or anything. I actually will take the time to try to put the writings up there so you can get a chance to see it. Or better yet, I'll just show you. I actually keep a board up here so you guys can see step by step what are some of the things I'm talking about. There we go. So one of the points that he was getting up here was like, some of the quotes that were sticking out to me in this whole entire journey. He was talking about one, it's like falling in love with the process, Fall in love with the process, not the destination. There was one intern that just got up and asked him a solid question like, okay, well, hey, if you get to the goal of, he has a big goal of maybe one day, like, buying out and owning maybe the New York Knicks or anything like that, like taking the time to own that company. And the guy's like, I know once you get to that goal, man, it's gonna suck because you got to your destination. He's like, and Gary was like, yeah, that's gonna be a hard day. But the person's like, well, I mean, what do I do in the process if that's my mindset and I get to my destination? He's like, well, hold on, let me stop you real quick. I mean, if you even have any close to my mentality or anything at all, and you're doing that, you should fall in love with the process of doing that because there's the process that you're gonna go through by you getting to the destiny or the journey that you're trying to obtain. And who you become in that process is the greatest thing in my life. I love that. I go back and look at like how I used to do things when I was younger. And I look at how I'm handling stuff. Like let's just use any example. Like when it came back to like, for instance, reading. I'm over here talking about reading books and stuff like that all the time. My mom can vouch to you and tell you right now, it's like She had a battle. It was like World War III trying to get me to read a book. I'm like, I don't want to read this crap. I'm like, I just did not like reading at all. But the reason being I didn't like it because I didn't get any value out of some of the books I read. You know, I used to be honest, the only book you can get me to read when I was younger was the Bible. Because I was like, this is entertaining. Because not only is it entertaining, but there's a lot of life lessons I can learn from it. Because I come to realize as I got older, I started realizing I like stuff that applies, that I can actually put an application. I don't like reading Charlotte's Web and all that junk. I was like, what the hell is this all this for? So I just really got down to really understanding I like reading stuff that helps me grow. And then I started noticing as I started getting into more books, it really was about, self-improvement, helping me become the better version of myself, helped me understand myself a lot more. I started reading books. I mean, these aren't even a quarter of the books. I mean, I should take a trip, tour around here so you can see all the books I got in this house. Good portion of them we've read. So, I mean, me personally, I fall in love with the journey of getting to what I'm going to become. Like, I don't know the future of this channel. I could tell you what it's going to look like right now, but I could just say, I love the idea of what I have in my mind. Is I can't wait to see that come in, to actually transpire. I can't wait to see that come into fruition. I want to see, the end result. But the daily things I do to get myself to that position, like me posting a video gets me excited because it's getting me one step closer to that goal, And then the other points and quotes he was talking about here was he says, remember, if you can see it right here, he's talking about here, remember where you came from, but don't allow that to hold you back. I mean, actually, that's a quote I put up here. When you start looking at change, I know a lot of people that are scared of embracing change. I don't like things when they change. It's like, okay, well then you're stuck being in the basic life that you probably have right now. I mean, not to shoot you down and all, but you should come to an area that you should embrace new things in your life. Do I like it? I'll be honest with you. When it came to traveling a lot when I was younger, I was like, oh, this is different. I didn't really like it as much. I didn't fall in love with traveling off the back. I mean, I like going to new places, but I started embracing when I go to different locations to travel for seminars, conferences, or if I just go on vacations and stuff. I think actually this year alone was one of the first years in my whole entire life that I've done more traveling by myself to locations, because I usually go with other people when I travel to places, but this is one of the years I'm going by here by myself, with or without anybody. So this was this year was a huge stepping stone for me to step out of my comfort zone and go into new locations without anyone else there. So 8+ hours on the road listening to either music or radios or not radios, CDs or anything like that, so I can keep my mind focused and stuff like that. But dude, those were some of the greatest times in my life because I'm just focused. I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now. So I mean, if anyone knows my background and where I was raised, I'm raised kind of in the ghetto. It wasn't as bad as it is. I mean, I used to have to run back home from time to time, and I was going to hang out with my friends when we used to go play trading cards, because that's what I used to do when I was a kid, and try not to get jumped in this neighborhood because I was a black kid that hung out with a lot of white kids. That's really my background. I remember times I got jumped when I was younger. I remember times where I got in fights because, I spoke differently. I didn't cuss enough. There was every freaking reason you could try to find. Those are the things I had to grow up with. But one of the things I was like, remember where you came from, but don't allow that to hold you back. I mean, that is truly the mentality that comes to my mind every single day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't forget where I came from. And I don't allow that hatred, that anger, or anything that I went through in my past to dictate my future. I have bigger dreams, I have bigger goals, and I stay focused every single day. I'm not going to fall in the monotony of how my neighborhood used to be. And so I enjoy whenever I meet new people from different cultures and things like that, because it's not saying I'm better than anybody. It's just the joy that I get from being able to know that, hey, I've changed so much, because I never really lived in this little box thinking that, I can't connect to these people. My mom always raised me, look at people as people, not as race or color. And growing up, not only in my area that I was at, but also in my own family sometimes, that was something I needed to hear on a daily basis. So for that, I thank my mom all the time for constantly allowing me to dream big dreams, to be able to stay focused on new things. So that was something that really got me there, man. Then take the time to focus on your strengths and weaknesses. This is something that I've been really hitting on about the process of change. And I've heard it from Gary Vee this morning talking about it. And then one of my books I'm reading, The Millionaire Success Habit, Dean Gulatsky, I think that's his last name. I gotta double check it. But Dean was talking about that in his book too. It was the power of taking the time to focus on your strengths rather than focusing on your weaknesses. I could dive in a lot deeper on that point. I might save that for a mindset talk one day. But in a nutshell, when he was talking about that, the thing is that we sometimes will try to focus on things that we're not so good at. And we're thinking, okay, we're getting better, but that's actually slowing our progression down. Like, I can go back and think of examples. Like, let's use this right here. It took me the longest time to start actually posting videos up here because I'm trying to literally create new things, and I'm pretty good at being creative. It's just when I start recording stuff and trying to get it, my mind just starts flowing around everywhere. So I'm just starting to get in the habit of documenting. And that's something I actually got from Gary Vee, is like learn how to document stuff rather than just create. Like sitting here trying to get everything all cleaned up perfect. If you were to see some of the first videos I had before I even posted up there, they had a nice clean presentation. The dry erase board had color to it and everything like that. Now I'm just like, man, just screw it and do it. Let's just get it done. I live by that Nike model. Just do it. Just get it out there and let's see what happens. I remember hearing one of the self-talks I heard from one of our guys in our business. Each morning he gives one of these. And he was bringing up a point. It's like, the life of an entrepreneur, anyone who's who's making big risks and journeys in their life, is literally like someone jumping off a cliff and building the plane as they go. And so that's really how it is. And for some people, that's too much. They can't handle that. Like, I need order. I'm like, I need order too. That's actually a big personality of me. But I try the best I can. Just do it. Just get out there. And it's amazing because it's exciting that now that I'm taking action, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm messing up. All right, so I can fix it because now I know what to fix versus like I'm trying to ask someone, what is the clean cut way I need to do this journey, or what's the clean cut way of the process of me to set up this video? Like, if I want this to look perfect, just do it, man. Just get in the habit of just getting things done. But I know it's my strength when it came to making videos was just I'm good at talking. And like, there's times I wish I could just record videos, just me just out and about with friends. I'm trying to get in the habit of doing that. Soon, I can't wait to start doing that because that's actually a new section I want to start working on. So I know that's a strength of mine. I can just flood out information like crazy because as much as I'm pouring into myself, I want to give to someone else. But I don't like having the idea of like holding the camera right here the whole entire time. That's something I have to daily get over. That's a change I have to get over because I'm in the internet business. So I embrace new things and change on a daily basis. I'm doing things that I've never done before and I'm excited about it. So it's coming down to that whole entire journey and being excited for the things and change that you're bringing into your everyday life. One of the quotes he actually put up here, let's see if I could show you this one right here at the top. It's this quote right there. If you could read it, awesome. But if not, I'm going to say it. It's technology is only exposing what you are, not changing you. Dude, I love the point that he was bringing on that top because someone asked him a question about, do you feel like technology kind of hinders us in this generation? He just got pissed because he was like, no, technology is a great asset. And for me, being able to work back in like a telecommunications company before, there's a tremendous benefits with technology. I mean, gosh, I remember there were times where I was taking time because I distinctly trained a lot of people who are older, when these are parents or like grandparents or aunts and uncles, whatever you said, that got brand new phones that their kids or grandkids just gave them because like you need to get updated in this 21st century. So it was always it was stressful, but it was always funny whenever I saw a grandparent who's been using a flip phone her whole life since the cell phones come out to getting an iPhone 6 Plus. I'm like, good gosh, don't do that to them. That's like taking a baby and throwing them in the deep end and hoping they know how to swim. That's not good. And I am the one that had to figure out how to fix that. So yeah, I got stories all day talking about that. But whenever I was sitting there talking to like all my students, I was like, guys, do the first thing, touch your phone. This technology that you get here is going to be a benefit to your life, but you got to allow me to show you how. And so I really took the time to show these people how to work their phones, how to basically use technology for their benefit rather than their hindrance. And so I love the point that he was diving into that because it's like, you take an example of like, you have a couple that's out here sitting on their phone and stuff like that. They're talking and stuff like that. They're doing this whole entire thing, or they're not talking. You got like families nowadays who are just on their phones texting and stuff like that. And I don't get me wrong, I that pisses me off when I see that sometimes, but that's the old spirit in me. But I understand the benefits of technology that's come out now these days that we can use it for running missions. Like, shoot, I'm making a video off my phone right now. I can literally run all my stuff I do from advertisements and everything like that from my phone. And so that's the way technology is going, is that it's trying to obsolete the computer. I feel like there's still going to be times you're going to need the computer as of now. But, the cell phone is pretty beneficial that you don't really need a computer nowadays. I can handle all my stuff from my phone. I like having the benefits of a keyboard, though. But the thing that's so crazy about it is with that quote is that technology is only exposing who you are, not changing you. You know, I be honest with you, there's a huge thing. Like, I look at my Facebook from time to time, and I just crack up when I look at, sometimes I see people posting just everything. Like, literally, it's on their mind. They are just posting it on Facebook and just trying to get reactions from people. And I remember I was talking to one of my buddies about, like, there's a few people that we have on our friends list, and it's like, I just love when this person starts posting stuff, because I'm like, it just cracks me up, because he or she is literally exposing like a whole nother side of their life. Well, there is not like we never knew about this side in the first place, but it's just like you're not, it's not changing anything about you. You're just exposing more about who you are. You know, I look at Snapchat. I like Snapchat a lot because Snapchat is like the behind the scenes of people's lives. Because let's be honest, you don't have to Snapchat everything, but the ones who do, you get a chance to, you get a snapshot like what they're doing in their everyday life. So like in my Snapchat, I was doing some cleaning last night, just cleaning off people that I don't need to follow, that are just wasting my time. But at the same time, I'm trying to put more valuable people that I listen to, stuff that I listen to, a part of my morning rituals, like, you know, Ty Lopez, Gary Vee, Patrick Bet Davis, our CEO of our company, Matt Lloyd. I look into those people all the time because I like seeing what they're doing on a regular basis, because it keeps me fired up. I'm like, okay, let's get action. Let's keep this going. And so for that, that's been a huge benefit. If there's times I don't feel like reading a book right now, Audible has saved my life. I thank one of my coworkers for explaining to me the joy of Audible, and I have never been the same ever since then. Shoot, I got like 2 books I need to actually, I have 2 free books I need to figure out what I'm going to listen to on Audible right now, because I'm listening to books on Audible so much right now that I have extra books I need to look at now. So I'm trying to think what's the next book I want to add to my list right now, either through Audible, and which one I want to actually physically have. So that's my battle right now. So I just learned to, this technology is such a benefit, man. I can FaceTime people. We can keep people connected with who are in the military on deployment. There's so many benefits from things in technology. So when I hear people use that whole thing, it's like, technology's been a hindrance on the culture. I'm like, I'll be honest with you, you're finding a lot of characteristics in people already. There's been pre-existing already. But in the end of the day, there's a lot of huge benefits from it. We live in a world that's so strong on technology now. Not having it would be, it wouldn't be the same. No one, there's a huge percentage of people who do not have house phones in their house. And if they do, they're using it mainly because of a bundle thing for their internet. So they can get the Wi-Fi to power what? Their phone. So, I mean, that's the main thing I'm coming down to, man. Like, who are you going to call? How you going to, and we're not talking Ghostbusters. Who are you going to call? Who are you going to take the time to call to? How are you going to get in contact with someone that's overseas? You going to try calling them? You're gonna do an international call. Do you have that plan set up? You don't have that plan set up. So like, there's so many benefits to technology, but I'm not gonna get into that whole entire rant right now. But man, that was just today's motivation that really got me fired up, is understand the power of change. You can either embrace it or it's gonna break you. That's kind of what it comes down to. One of the things that really got me the most about all the points that Gary Vee was just talking about, especially when he was talking to his interns, is just like, you know what, you just have to go for it. You just need to take the time just to, you're trying to figure out who you are. He even gave a suggestion of like, look, you're in your senior year right now. Just enjoy it. Because I can't give you a skill right now that's going to prepare you for life. And I go back and think about things when I was in college, like, man, college was so easy. Because now that I'm actually in the real world, none of the crap that I learned in college is helping me out to now. I just think that's so funny. I mean, of course, when I was in Bible college, it was a whole other story. But gosh, the stuff I learned back in when I was in college, like, dude, none of this is helping me out right now. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, if I took any classes on marketing and things like that, none of that is helping me out what I'm doing right now. I've been learning everything all over again. And I think that's so funny. It's the same thing when I was taking like little stuff and learning things on real estate. None of that is the same when you're actually doing real estate investments and diving into. You can get a general understanding, but getting the details, no, you don't learn that unless you do it. So there's a powerful thing that happens when you just take action and make things happen. So my biggest thing, my biggest motivation to you, I know this was a long one, but I'm just passionate about when it comes to my Monday motivations, but I'm passionate about change. Take the time to fall in love with the process. And don't just focus on like, I got to get to this goal. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday. I've had this beautiful vision that I had in my mind ever since, I got back from one of our first mission trips. Like, dude, I would love to see that commence. It was this idea that I wanted to do, or this beautiful vision of bringing so many people together and whatnot. And what got me so excited about that is like, you know what? I don't know. And I remember telling us like, I don't know when that is going to happen, but I am falling, and I'm completely falling in love with every little thing I am doing that is possibly getting me closer to that goal, or literally trying to get me to that goal. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm doing the best I can to try to make things work out and try to see what's the best way I can try to get this up there. It's like what income I need to do, what type of fuel do I need in my vehicle to get me to that location? You know, what type of capital I need to have, what type of lifestyle I need to have. Do I need to be away from a job? Do I need to work a job? And it's the whole journey of me figuring this out. I'm thankful. Be thankful for all the stuff that you're going through right now, because there's people that don't even have the opportunities, A, of looking at this video, and B, people that don't even have the opportunity of, you know, understanding that their life is a journey. You know, they might have the struggles that they have to deal every single day, trying to wonder if they're going to even live this day. So be thankful every single day that you have. So guys, I just wanted to pass out that motivation. Enjoy the power of change, but be thankful for the things you got. You know, take the time to focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Maximize the things you're good at. Remember where you came from. Don't let that hold you back. It's remember the past, but don't live in the past. Keep moving forward, guys. Fall in love with the process, not the destination. And understand the benefit of technology is not here to hurt you. It's only exposing what is already inside of you already. It's like money. Money isn't the root of all evil. But there's something inside of you that's been wanting this little thing that now money has given you. So you might need to take the time to really evaluate yourself. So understand that the things that you add into your life is only truly exposing what you already have inside of you. It's not changing you. Money didn't change you. Money's not changing me. I'm excited for what it's doing in my life right now. I'm having it and not having it. I was like, I'm still the same person. So I'm thankful. So guys, that's my motivation for today. Get a chance to check the journey and continue to keep on following me up here. You guys have a blessed Monday morning, and I will see y'all later. Have a good one.